Okay, guys, we can try to. I'm gonna burn this video real quick to talk about this open gap strategy. Um, open gap strategy. Let's see what do we got going on here. I just posted the link in our group chat. You can go to David Moadel here and look up the open gap strategy if you want to play the video. But you can do that on your own. So basically, the open gap strategy sort of works like this. What we're going to do is take the high of yesterday, which is right here, the low of yesterday, which is right there. We have red to green line right around here, so we're closed yesterday, okay? And then so from here, what we have is open gap strategy. So what we do to know if we have the open gap, if the open gap strategy is in play, or at least the way I like to trade it, I do a percentage line here. So I click up here and I click down here, the high and low of yesterday, which gives me the range. And then I go back to red to green right here. So now I know that this is 40%. This line here represents 40% between here and here. And so it's gapped down over 40% of yesterday's move. So I have a 50% chance of it going back to at least fill the gap, which is at low of day, and maybe even red to green. But I have a shot to get back up to 268.09. So the question is, do I get in long right at the open here and go long? Let's go back to the 5-minute chart here. Do I try to get in long here and just get the gap filled this way? Or the way I like to trade it, I like it to go down even further to create a larger profit window, and then hopefully it fills the gap from this point all the way up. Okay, so where is my low here? How do I know that I'm gonna get long somewhere down in here? How do I know it's not going to continue to sell off, all the way through here? I don't. But I know that when I enter, I want to enter at a low risk entry, maybe entry price, let's say 263-ish, and I know my stop, I want it to be maybe 260, 280-ish, okay? All right, so this is around where my entry should be. This is where my stop should be. Even if my entry was up here where, it never got down to 263, I know my profit window is from 263 to 268. So we're still looking at a, almost a 5-point window here. And I can still justify keeping this trade because I'm only looking at a 50-cent stop for, 5 points. So I think that's a little bit better than a 3-to-1 risk versus reward. Okay, so where do I get this 263 number at? Okay, well, let's go back to a daily chart. When I look at this daily chart, where I get the 263 number is from a trend line. Okay, and the trend line comes from this low to this low, and it goes all the way right back up here, right? And as you can see, it totally respected the trend line right here. This, yeah, gapped down and shot back up, but I'm thinking if anywhere, this 263 level today, around 263.08, is going to be where I want to enter. and somewhere below 262.80 is where I am going to stop out. Okay, so that's the setup. This is how I am determining where my entry is going to be. And so yeah, that's it. So at the open it went up. You know, I'm not really interested in this because the profit window isn't as great, right? So profit window is 265 to 268. It's only 3 points here. So I wanted to drop down lower to find a significant support level, and I do have one at 263.08. Okay, here's that trend line, 263.06. You know, and it came down and just really bounced right off of here. So maybe I could even got long around 263.50 ish. And then rode it back up. So even from here up to here, you're looking at 266, 260. That's a 3-point move with a 50-cent stop, or maybe 75-cent stop. So that's an easy 2-to-1 risk versus reward. Yeah, so ultimately the target is to fill this. I think it could come down to gap fill, to VWAP here. I was hoping to come back to VWAP here and go long, but it looks like we're going to go to VWAP here and go long. So we'll see. If I get long, if I add to this position on my paper trade, I'm going to wait for it to hit here and go long. And so my new entry is going to be here, and if I add size, I have to adjust my stop in case I'm wrong to something like this. So I'm looking to maybe get long, somewhere around here on the rejection, and if I am wrong, maybe I get out at below 265, because I know 265 is a huge level here. So looking at this, we're gonna risk 25 cents here to hopefully make the rest of the move for the rest of the day until it comes back up into here to 268. So now we're looking at a 30-cent stop, a 30-cent risk to make 265 to 268 another 3-point move here. So there are multiple setups that I'm using in this, but anyway, I hope that makes sense to you guys. Anything over a 40% gap down from yesterday has a 50% chance of filling the gap the same day. I don't get long here. I wait for an increase in the profit window on the dip, and then look for buyers to buy it back up. So anyway, hope this makes sense to you guys, and yep, good luck. Bye.